So how's everyone doing today? Today, I decided to make a video and I would change my camera position. You can tell I live such an exciting life. Anyway, topic I wanted to address today is I was actually came up with this. I was watching a couple videos from various users about why a V6 Mustang is actually a good car. And got me thinking, well, so then, if it's such a great car, why do people hate it? So I wanted to discuss that. Why do people hate the V6 Mustang? And also, and for that matter, the V6 Camaro. And of course, these days, you know, I'll include it, you also have the EcoBoost Mustang, and you even have a 4-cylinder Camaro available now. Now, first of all, I think one of the main reasons I can say that people hate them is simply because we're men. Men always compete with each other. Men want to have the biggest, the best, the most powerful truck. You know, trucks, see all these lifted trucks out there. Men always want to have the biggest lifted truck, the biggest engine. I drive a 4-cylinder Tacoma and not a V6, and I mean, I've only had a couple of people hate on that. But not as many as I've had. I got friends with V6 Mustangs. They get shit on way more than I get shit on for having a 4-cylinder Tacoma. Simple fact of the matter is, the V6 or 4-cylinder Mustang or Camaro, they've got the specific purpose that they're made for. The idea is when you own a GT, chances are it's not your first car. You own it in addition to another car. So the idea is it's not your daily driver, probably. Or it is, and you seem to have unlimited money to own a V8 and drive it every day. Versus V6 Mustangs, which tend to be used as more of a daily driver. And of course, the GT, or even Camaro SS for that matter, I'm kind of lumping them in together, it's got a lot of power to it. I mean, arguably, people are going to argue, oh, not as much, this, that, and the other. Okay, yeah, we get it. You think cars have more power, but at the end of the day, you're not going to be able to use 400 horsepower or more on the road. You can, but chances are you're going to get a ticket. We're talking about a Mustang with, 300 horsepower. That's more or less usable. It still can get you a ticket, but at the end of the day, you're going to be able to have more fun with that legally. If you're going to the drag strip or going to the track regularly, yeah, you're probably going to have a GT. Even then, you get all these V6s that tend to be the automatics, too, and I speak from experience that the couple of times I've ever driven a manual in stop-and-go traffic, it pisses you off. Your leg hurts like hell. You're tired of shifting. In my case, I was learning at the time. I stalled it several times. You're always in that fear of stalling at that point. When you do stall, it's like, crap, I'm going to get honked at. So if anything, if you're going to use a car as a daily driver, more likely it's going to be an automatic. And that's, of course, in addition to these days no one knows how to drive a manual, but that's a whole nother rant. There's probably several people with that rant. So either way, if it's going to be your daily driver, yeah, you're more likely to have an automatic anyway, and probably you're going to have the V6, or 4-cylinder, just because you're going to use the power. And also, in general, when you do get a Mustang, your insurance will go up. But at the end of the day, a V8 Mustang, or Camaro, it's going to go way up. I did a quote for myself. I'm 21, and I decided I would put in, V6 Mustang versus a V8, and the difference is like a couple $100 a month. It's a lot of money. There's no way I'd be able to afford running a GT Mustang or SS Camaro as a daily driver. I just simply couldn't afford it. Of course, also is the gas mileage. If you're barely getting 20 miles to the gallon in a V8, or you're probably even getting less than that. Yeah, there's not going to be much of a point in using it every day, because you're going to stop and get gas a lot. So, for that matter, a V6 is a little bit better as a daily driver. And of course, yeah, everyone will hate on it, but that's because they, once again, are men, and men will compete. I have had people get into arguments online about cars, and it's like they don't even know what they're talking about half the time. I mean, I've decided when I eventually will buy either it's a Mustang or Camaro that I'm still looking at. I say Mustang more because I actually admit I'm slightly leaning more towards a Mustang right now. But whichever one I get is going to be the V8, and it's going to be a manual, and it's not going to be my daily driver. This Tacoma is going to stay as my daily driver for a good while. It's paid off. gas mileage is adequate, even if it's not great. I mean, hey, getting whatever I get in this thing, 18 usually is, it's better than nothing. It is a truck. So, either way, if I was in the market for a daily driver, yeah, I probably would look at an EcoBoost Mustang, because you do get almost 30 miles to the gallon in them still, and yeah, there's probably cars which get much better gas mileage, but at the end of the day, they're still having fun, right? And really for not that terrible of money. I guess the purchase price of the car is a big one. Considering an EcoBoost Mustang, you can have it for mid 20s, even low 30s if you get a loaded one, which really isn't bad money. And then a GT, it starts at the low 30s, and by the time dealers get their hands on them, they go way higher. I'm looking at the MSRP on the trim I'm looking at, completely loaded, is almost 40. And I don't know what a dealer would actually want to charge me for it, because I'd negotiate, of course, where, so, 10, even up to 15 grand, you're going to pay extra, obviously, and you're going to use it as a daily driver, so it's not like you're worried about the price of the car at that point, but at the same time, that's a lot of money. Insurance would definitely get you, and of course, again, I'm 21, I'm not the richest man in the world, I don't have a lemonade stand, I don't have my clients paying me money. I'm a college kid still. Senior year, though. Woohoo. So that's my opinion. I personally don't think the 4-cylinder or V6 muscle cars are anything to shit on. In fact, you got the performance package EcoBoost now. That's actually worth a crap. Definitely, it's got more or less all the same features as the GT performance package. You can get a Camaro V6 1LE now. You got the dual mode exhaust. It's a pretty serious car. That's a V6, so if anything, if you were seriously looking to use it as a daily driver, yeah, you can do it. And there's a V6 Mustang now, actually, right there. That's actually not bad looking. If it is a V6, I still think they're good looking. I don't know, for me, seeing the 5.0 on the fender, or GT, that's always kind of a status symbol to me. I've arrived. I have a V8 Mustang. And of course, then again, even then, when it comes to people shitting on the various cars like a V6 Mustang, they'll shit on Mustangs regardless. Every time I tell people, yeah, I'm looking at buying a Mustang, don't kill pedestrians with it. Haha, original, people, original. And Camaros, yeah, they just get shit on, period. Every good car is gonna have haters. That's how you tell a car is good, is when people start making jokes about it. They start hating on it. There's another nice V6 Mustang right over there. That's pretty nice looking. Silver. Anyway, anyone else has any dissenting opinions, let me know. I know I'm probably going to get various bits of hate for A, wanting to own a Mustang, B, being a college kid. There's a nice ruby red, early EcoBoost right there. There's Mustang spotting day. I see a lot of Mustangs. There's a nice Camaro RS. You see a lot of them around here. Being college campus, you see a lot of these cars. The way people wreck cars in this campus, I would not want to own something that nice. I fear my Tacoma getting dinged half the time. So anyway, let me know what you all think. Go ahead, give me your reasons for why I shouldn't own a V6 Mustang, why I should. Let me know what you think. Until next time, see y'all later.